Hi, I'm Dr. Elliot Adam from ElliotOracle.com. I'm also the author of Fearless Tarot and Tarot in Love. And it's time for this month's Tarotscope for every astrological sign. So I'm going to start with the sign of Aries and end with the sign of Pisces. And we're going to do a little forecast on what might be in store for your astrological sign this June 2023. So there are these convenient little timestamps at the bottom of your screen of which you can quickly go to your particular sign. Also, if you want an even more accurate reading, you might also want to listen to the astrological message for your moon sign and also your rising sign. So let's start with the astrological sign of Aries. So if you are an Aries or have a lot of Aries in your chart, this is going to be the message for you for June 2023. And the first card we're going to focus on is where it's best for you to place your focus this next month. And we actually get the Death card. And whenever the Death card comes up, it does indicate major changes are afoot. And a lot of tarot readers just say, oh, don't be afraid of death. It just means change. And it absolutely does. However, the Death card can be a bit frightening because what it really represents is permanent change. And it feels like there's this threshold in front of you, Aries, this month. And if you cross it, if you make that change for the betterment of your life, there really is no getting the toothpaste back in the tube. You're going to be committed to your next course. And so I feel with the Death card that it's important to not only confront the thing that you know you've needed to change for quite some time, but also to boldly and fearlessly go through the change without any regrets. Also, the Death card can indicate that there is some sort of a transition that's necessary right now. An old part of your persona, an old part of your identity needs to die right now so that the new beginning can happen. Because always with the Death card, even though we see the scary figure in the foreground, we're always seeing that sun in the background of the card rising again. And what this indicates is that every death is followed by a rebirth or a renewal. So I see some major transformation going on, and it's important to place your focus on what do you want to change, and also what is it important to let go of this next month. The advice from your inner wisdom, if you're an Aries for this next month, is actually the Eight of Cups reversed. And this gives us a clue as to what might need to change for Aries this next month. When the Eight of Cups comes up reversed, it reminds us that all that glitters may not be gold, and that there is a sense that you're searching for something more authentic, something with more meaning. The Eight of Cups reverse asks you to get real with yourself and to really search your heart for what is your true authentic path and to follow it. The Eight of Cups reverse can also indicate that this is going to be a time where you're really going through some deep emotional introspection and where you're really thinking, you know what, it's time for me to let go of this path that just doesn't feel like it's available to me anymore. I feel like that this is a major transition month for Aries, and it's important for you to seek out positivity from supportive individuals around you as you're navigating this change. However, the things that you let go of this month are going to bode well for you for the month of August. So, what you want to do right now is roll up your sleeves and make those necessary changes. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Taurus. So, if you're a Taurus or have a lot of Taurus in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for June 2023. And the card we get here is the Hierophant card, who's long associated with the sign of Taurus. The Hierophant is telling you to have faith in the path that you've charted your course on. The Hierophant is the messenger of spirit. And if it feels like you're overwhelmed by something or it's just too difficult to overcome, this could be a time when you really want to turn to some sort of divine guidance or inspiration or help as well. Also, the Hierophant card can indicate that it's important that you go your own road this month and believe it's right, despite opposition. So even if there's some resistance or it feels like you're working against something, the Hierophant is a card of tenacity. He's telling you to stay focused on your goals. And I just think that you want to place your focus on your faith in yourself this next month. You really want to have faith in the goal that you've already set. And even if you are up against some opposition, it's important that you're still continuing toward it. Next, we're going to go into advice from your inner wisdom if you're a Taurus for June 2023. We actually get the Three of Pentacles, which shows another monastery scene here. There is an element of the sacred for Taurus this next month. This might be a time to make time for self-care, make time to listen to your spirit, maybe meditate, maybe get your thoughts together. The Three of Pentacles is long associated with study and learning and growth through education. So I feel like there's something you're refining. And Taurus, it's like there's this thing in your life right now that's like a diamond, but it's a raw diamond. It needs to be refined, it needs to be honed and perfected. And so this next month is all about polishing that diamond, getting it to the most brilliant state that it can be in. And I just feel like if you are tenacious, if you stay focused on what it is, what the lesson is that you need to learn this next month, all will bode well for you. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Gemini. So if you're a Gemini or have a lot of Gemini in your chart, this first card is where it's best for you to place your focus for June. And we actually get the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is a figure of power in the tarot. She's very airy, and her head and shoulders are above the clouds, able to survey everything that's in front of her in perspective. She also has that one lone, solitary bird behind her flying in the sky. And what this could indicate for you, Gemini, is that this is a time to trust your own counsel and to make an independent choice. Also, power is going to come for you when you're open to transforming things, because the Queen of Swords wears the butterfly crown, which is a symbol of her ability to take the energy and transform it. The Queen of Swords could be telling you, Gemini, that it's time to have perspective and to look at your life with a real cold, logical eye and just ask yourself what makes sense and what doesn't. And it's time to cut away anything that is not serving to empower you this next month. So whatever's been keeping you feeling in a state of weakness, or even like you are up against a really difficult inner struggle, the Queen of Swords is telling you to not make excuses, to step up, and to boldly make the change that needs to happen. Next, we're going to go into your advice from your inner wisdom if you're a Gemini. And the card we get for inner wisdom is actually the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is called the messenger of love in the tarot. He wears the winged helmet and shoes of Mercury, the messenger god, which is Gemini's ruling planet. And what this can indicate, Gemini, is that it's important for you to declare your feelings. This might be a month as well where, although it might be difficult to have certain conversations, you need to be bold. But also the Knight of Cups is the messenger of your bliss, and he tells you to follow your heart, follow what you really care about. The Knight of Cups could also be telling you that on a romantic level this next month might be a time to really work on relationships, opening up, and even with loved ones being more vulnerable, really communicating what's on your heart this next month. I feel if you put your feelings into words, you're going to be successful. And I also feel for Gemini that there's something important that you need to say, and this might be reflected creatively, and yet it's important that you're expressing that. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Cancer. So if you're a Cancer or have a lot of Cancer in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for June 2023. And the first card we get for you is the Lover's card. And when we see the Lover's, Cancer, it could indicate that this is absolutely a wonderful month to open your heart to love, maybe with a special person, or maybe even in the romantic realm. However, a lot of tarot readers think the Lover's card just means love, but it doesn't. It actually reflects partnership, cooperation, and harmony. It's also indicating that there is a choice before you this next month, Cancer, and you're going to want to choose the thing that brings about the most harmony for you. The Lover's card is also a card of cooperation. So if there's a challenge or a difficulty before you, this card could really indicate that it's important for you to really work with others to find that solution. This isn't going to be a month where you're just doing everything all by yourself, but instead with the Lover's card, it really says that harmony is going to come from partnerships, cooperation, and also compromise. Also, if there is a choice before you right now, you're at that fork in the road, the Lover's card is telling you to choose the thing that leads towards your personal balance and also that you know will lead towards your harmony. Next, we're going to go into advice from your inner wisdom if you're a Cancer for this next month. And the advice from your inner wisdom is the Knight of Pentacles. And of all the knights in the tarot, the Knight of Pentacles alone is on that horse that is not moving forward right now. He's indicating that there might be something that feels a bit stuck in your life. You're at an impasse. You're not able to progress forward as quickly as you might like to. Sometimes pentacles in the tarot also have to do with coins, money, finances, or career opportunities. And the message I'm getting for Cancer here is that whatever is stalled right now won't stay that way forever. The other meaning of the Knight of Pentacles is that he can sometimes represent people or individuals in your life. And in that case, he can say that you want to manage your expectations when it comes to others, not hoping for so much or putting all these demands on them, but instead really being realistic about what those individuals are able to offer you at this moment. I just feel with the Knight of Pentacles, it's going to be a month where your inner wisdom is telling you to be patient, even though that is the least loved word in a tarot reading. It's just important for you to kind of wait on things and also to really have an eye on the long game in order to be successful. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Leo. So if you're a Leo or have a lot of Leo in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for June 2023. And the card we get is a very Leo card. It is the Six of Wands. And here we see this figure who's on the horse, and he's head and shoulders above the crowd. He's being celebrated, and he's wearing the laurel crown. And what the Six of Wands is indicating is that it's time to be seen, Leo. It's time to take center stage. Also, the Six of Wands is a card of promoting oneself, putting your best foot forward, allowing people to see the gifts that you're bringing, and really just showing that off. This isn't a month to be modest or to hide or to be afraid of how well someone's going to receive your energy, but it's just a month to bask in the glory that is you. It's also a really great month for you to really take that step out and feel confident about yourself and about what you're presenting to the world. And I just feel like success is going to come for you if you're bold. Fortune favors the bold for you, Leo. And so I feel like this is going to be a month where you really want to go for it and you really just want to put your feelings out there and let them authentically shine. Next is going to be advice from your inner wisdom for this next month, Leo. And what we get here is the Fool card. And the Fool is a card of taking risks, jumping into the unknown. So is the Six of Wands in a way. And so we're getting two messages for Leo this next month, which is all about being confident, not second guessing yourself, not being afraid of looking like a fool, but instead really committing to the course in front of you. I feel if you are afraid of making your move, you're cheating yourself out of a full life this next month. And what you want to do is just open up and go for things, smile at life, let things allow them to open up to you. And I just kind of feel with the Fool card as well, this is a card of new beginnings, the sun rising. There's optimism here. And so this is going to be a month where you want to take a chance, you want to put some skin in the game, and you may also want to declare your intentions, even if there's a risk involved. Finally, the Fool is a wonderful card for travel. So if there's an opportunity to travel or if you're planning a trip, this is an excellent card that will bode well for what's coming up for you. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Virgo. So if you're a Virgo or have a lot of Virgo in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for June 2023. And the card we get here is appropriately the Hermit card. And I say appropriately because the Hermit is associated with Virgo. And when we see the Hermit, he's indicating for you, Virgo, that it's going to feel like you're kind of walking through the dark this next month. You're not able to see the whole path in front of you. And yet the Hermit has that lantern filled with starlight, which is illuminating his path. And what this is to say for you, Virgo, is that although you can't see the whole path in front of you, it is important that you're still taking steps towards your goals. It's also important that you take the steps that you can see right now. So even though you may not see the whole path, you do know what the next appropriate step is to take. And if you take that step, well, then the next step's going to be available to you, and so on and so forth. The Hermit is also a card of introspection and taking a time out from the energy of others. So this could be a time for self-care, self-reflection, and really just letting yourself back off into the thing that really has been neglected in your own heart. Advice from your inner wisdom for this next month, Virgo, is actually the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is the survivor of the tarot. For me, he's the self-made king. He's the figure who grows up from humble beginnings to fight his way through and to become the successful monarch at the end. And what the king is saying for you is that you can go the distance, but you need to have faith in the path in front of you. You also need to know that although it's not all figured out right now, and you do not have 100% guarantees for how successful everything's going to be, this is a card of competency. And when it comes up, it says that you need to trust in your own competency, your own ability to get the job done. If you do, you're not going to be disappointed. And finally, the King of Wands, when he represents other people in your life, can indicate good advice coming to you. You may want to consult with somebody or ask the advice of a trusted advisor. This can really help you make the best decision moving forward. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Libra. So if you're a Libra or have a lot of Libra in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for June 2023. We actually get the Two of Pentacles. And this is a card that says there's a lot of unpredictable energy coming your way, Libra. Life is sending you some waves, and you're going to really drive yourself crazy if you have a very fixed idea of how everything needs to transpire. Instead, with the Two of Pentacles, it tells you to laugh at it all, go with the flow. We see the juggler here has an elastic quality to him. His hat is stretched out. It even looks like he's juggling the two coins with this rubber band and the infinity symbol binding them. And that infinity symbol is just telling you the eternal truth, that life is what happens when you're busy making other plans, and that you need to be flexible and adapt to the different things that are coming up for you this next month. Also, humor is going to play a huge role for you, Libra. The more you're allowing yourself to laugh at things, or even to surround yourself with people that bring in an air of levity, this is going to be so helpful for you. Next, we're going to go into advice from your inner wisdom if you're a Libra for June 2023. And the card we get here is the Wheel of Fortune. And this is really interesting to me because the Two of Pentacles for me is the minor arcana counterpart to the major arcana's Wheel of Fortune. Both of these cards indicate unpredictable events, things that are very changeable. And the Wheel of Fortune illustrates this important lesson that if you're on the outside of the wheel, the rim of the wheel, attaching yourself to the external world, to the things you have no control over, well, then you're going to be doomed to rise and fall based on the approval or disapproval of others. And the lesson of the Wheel of Fortune is to find your center. And if you can find your center, if you can get to the hub of the wheel, which is a symbol for your center, you can be in the eye of the storm and all this crazy can go on around you and you aren't swept out to sea by it. The Wheel of Fortune is also an incredibly lucky card. And this just indicates that although it might feel like your luck is a bit changeable this next month, it's overall going to be a very lucky month for you. There's a huge opportunity coming, and there's also a windfall of success coming your way. And so what you're going to want to do is just ride the waves. Get rid of your plan of how it all has to go, and instead allow a little bit more spontaneity. And that's the last thing I'll say about these two cards is that you want to be spontaneous this next month. You want to just do something because it just feels, I don't know, it just feels lucky to do it. Or I'm just getting the impression, you know what, I need to go in that direction. These cards are saying to take a chance on your luck and you won't be disappointed. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Scorpio. So if you're a Scorpio or have a lot of Scorpio in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for June 2023. And you got the Seven of Cups, which traditionally is associated with dreams, fantasy, and illusion. The Seven of Cups for me is a card of hopes and fears. We see the figure who's looking at the clouds in front of him, and that's a symbol for a dream state. And so this could indicate that this next month for you, Scorpio, it may be easy to get kind of pulled into an illusion, into your own imagination. This could be really great creatively speaking, but it can also be a bit dangerous if you're over-relying on your greatest hopes or greatest fears, because out of the Seven Cups are these different objects. Some of them are wonderful, like jewels and crowns and castles, and some of them are scary, like dragons and snakes, and neither are true. The Seven of Cups is telling you to snap out of illusion and to stop making yourself afraid of a future that hasn't even happened yet by feeding into that future all your hopes and fears. What I feel is going to be so important for you, Scorpio, is that you're really looking at the reality day to day, what needs to happen today. And that's going to help you kind of sift through all the fears that are triggering you and also the unrealistic expectations that you might also have to watch out for. The advice from your inner wisdom, if you're a Scorpio for June 2023, is actually the King of Pentacles. And he's a very responsible card. He's telling you to be very practical. And when I see the King of Pentacles next to the illusory Seven of Cups, this could be a month where you really do have a choice to either buy into an illusion or your fears or your worries or even your hopes, or to look at what practically needs to happen in front of you. I also feel that there might be some sort of a financial breakthrough for you this next month. There might be a decision that's made for you when it comes to your career or to your best opportunities. And the King of Pentacles is telling you that the seeds that you've planted for your goals have been growing beautifully. And this is going to be a time of harvest. You want to be willing and patient and loving with all the tasks that are under your care this next month. Because of all the kings, I feel the King of Pentacles is one of the most nurturing. He carries the golden scepter that we only see on the Empress card as well. And this indicates that there's a nurturing component to this card. So you might also be called to nurture others this next month and to care for them in order to ensure stability for the long term. Go into the astrological sign of Sagittarius. So if you're a Sagittarius or have a lot of Sagittarius in your chart, this first card is where it's best for you to place your focus for June 2023. And the card we get here is the Magician. And for you, Sagittarius, this next month is going to be very empowering. The Magician is the personification for the power of your thoughts, which are like magic spells and go out into the world and create the reality you're experiencing. And the beauty of this card is that if you don't like where your life's been going, or if you want to manifest something new, you have all the capabilities available to you right now to do that. There's more freedom available to you this next month than maybe in a long time. And I just feel like you want to have a higher mind, Sagittarius, and really look at your overarching goals and start putting the pieces into place to manifest that long-term goal. The Magician is also a card of success and also logic and following your mind. So as long as you have a concept, if you can get something researched or if you can understand it more closely, this is going to arm you with all the power that you need to finally manifest your heart's desire. The advice from your inner wisdom, if you're a Sagittarius, is actually the Five of Swords. And this card tells you to watch out for taking on more than you can handle. I feel as well with the Magician, it's like there's this really great goal. There's something that absolutely is within your reach to achieve. And yet maybe the timing of that goal needs to be reconsidered. You might be having too many irons on the fire if you're trying to do everything all at once. Whenever I see the Five of Swords, I feel it's so important that you're prioritizing what is the most pressing issue in your life right now. What are the things that really need your attention first? And then some of those minor issues can really fall by the wayside for now. You can circle back and return to them later. I also just feel don't bite off more than you can chew at this time. Your goals may be lofty, but you may need more time to achieve them. And then finally, with that Five of Swords, it is a card of getting your energy focused on one thing, looking at maybe all your options, but then after that, not scattering the energy anymore, but really focusing or honing in on that goal, on the thing that needs to be manifested. This next month is a really great one for researching, learning, and arming yourself with the appropriate knowledge. And that's what's really going to pave the way toward future success for you. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Capricorn. So if you're a Capricorn or have a lot of Capricorn in your chart, this first card is where it's best for you to place your focus for June. And the card we get here is the Six of Swords. And for me, the Six of Swords is a benevolent change card. We see the refugees that are in the boat. They're leaving the rough waters behind and they're sailing toward the smooth waters. And I feel there's a change, a transition that's really affecting you this next month, Capricorn. I'm also getting the sense that this might be a time to cooperate with the change in front of you. It's as simple as surrendering to the natural current that's already flowing through your life. And that's going to really guide you toward that safe harbor and toward your destination. The other feeling I get about the Six of Swords is sometimes this is a card of moving or travel. So any sort of opportunity to see a new place or to get away from the old impasse and guide yourself towards something that is a bit more freeing, this is going to be a wonderful month to really allow yourself to conceptualize that. The advice from your inner wisdom, if you're a Capricorn for June 2023, is the Eight of Pentacles, which is a very Capricornian card. It has to do with hard work, diligence. And I just feel consistency for you, Capricorn, is what is going to make all the difference in the world. This is just going to be a month where you're just plugging away at a goal, much like the craftsman hammering away at the chisel with the repeated blows. This could be a month for you where you're just kind of grinding away at something. And yet the Eight of Pentacles is a very successful card that leads towards stability. I think financial matters, work matters are going to be wonderful this next month. And I just feel that there are some transitions that are happening for you, but they're slow, gradual transitions, especially when we couple that Eight of Pentacles with the Six of Swords. And so just be patient. Commit to the course that you're on, and all will go well. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Aquarius. So if you're an Aquarius or have a lot of Aquarius in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for June. And we get the King of Cups. And whenever I see this card, I think of the word anchor. The King of Cups is anchored. He even has the ship in the distance anchored. And what I just feel for you, Aquarius, is that it's important to stay anchored because there's these tumultuous, wavy waters crashing against your throne right now. And those waters can represent torrid feelings or dramatic circumstances that are going on around you. And yet you're needing to stay emotionally stable. Also, the King of Cups is emotionally mature. So this could be the month where you're the adult in the room. You're really looking at things with emotional maturity. And you're also reflecting on honoring other people's feelings while also staying true to your own. The King of Cups is also associated with the house or the home or stability around those issues. And so it's so important that you're investing in your home base this next month. It just looks like this is going to be a great time to make that environment just as you want it to be. The advice from your inner wisdom, if you're an Aquarius for the month of June, is temperance. Again, we see the waters on this card. And the angel of temperance has 1 foot in the water, just as he has 1 foot on the dry land. And this is so similar to the King of Cups, who also almost has his toe in the water. And so I just feel that this is going to be a month for you, Aquarius, where you're in touch with your feelings, but you're not being swept out to sea by them. There's also a sense for Aquarius that this is a lovely month to really be patient, to let things be fluid. Much like the element of water, you want to just choose the smoothest course as you're guiding yourself toward your own goals. And also, the Temperance card is about healing, really noticing what's been neglected, what's been running empty on your own, in your own life, and really replenishing the thing that's been running empty. This is a great month for self-care, self-reflection, and balance. And also, finally, the meaning of the word temperance is nothing too much, nothing excessively. So I just feel like this is going to be a great month for you if you take the moderate approach. And finally, let's go into the astrological sign of Pisces. So if you're a Pisces or have a lot of Pisces in your chart, this first card is going to be the message for what it's best for you to place your focus on for June 2023. And we have the Emperor card. And the Emperor is assertive. He's mature. He's got that long white beard, which is a symbol for wisdom, maturity. And I just feel for you, Pisces, that it's time to take all that you've learned and put it into action. The Emperor card can also signify that this is a time when you're really establishing yourself. You're creating stability in your life. And you're also going to find that things go your way when you're assertive. We have the rams of Aries on the Emperor's throne, which can be a symbol to just go for it, to forge ahead, to pioneer in some way. And so for you, Pisces, I feel like you're going to win this next month if you take action. It's also a time to establish boundaries because the Emperor is surrounded by those mountain peaks. And this can symbolize that it's important to have some separation between where your energy is and where other people are. And it's just important to be autonomous and independent. Finally, the advice from your inner wisdom, if you're a Pisces for this next month, is actually the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is a card of the past. It's indicating that the advice from your inner wisdom could be that your past might be holding you back in some way. And the Emperor is forging ahead. He's really going toward his best new opportunity. And so this might be a time to let go of the past, let go of the old narrative. The Six of Cups isn't always a bad card for the past. Sometimes it's a lovely card of memory, reminiscence. But that Emperor card is one of action. And so I feel like the advice from your inner wisdom, Pisces, is to make peace with the past, find closure with the past, come full circle with the past, so that you can really step into your future with some confidence and knowing that you're creating a new beginning. And that is this month's oracle for every astrological sign. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can follow me over at Instagram. And please do also like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you found the information useful, share it with a friend. And also, you'll find links in my description box to my books, Fearless Tarot and Tarot in Love, if you want to learn a lot more about tarot yourself. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful, safe, and happy month of June. And I'll see you again here next time for the July Tarotscope. So do take care.